When my wife first started her new job, I was proud of her. She worked hard to get there. New office, better salary, a chance to finally feel valued after years of being overlooked. I supported her completely. I cooked more, handled errands, listened to her office stories every night. I trusted her. That was my first mistake. It started small. She began coming home later than usual. Meetings that ran long. Team dinners I wasn't invited to. Her phone, once left on the table, was suddenly always face down. Password changed. Notifications muted. Whenever I asked, she smiled and said, "You're overthinking. It's just work." I wanted to believe her. One evening, I met an old college friend for coffee. He worked in the same building as my wife, different department. We talked about life, jobs, stress, normal things. Then casually, he said something that made my stomach drop. "Oh, by the way," he laughed awkwardly, "your wife works on the 7th floor, right?" "Yes," I said slowly. He hesitated. "Man, I didn't know she was married." I felt my chest tighten. "What do you mean?" He shifted in his seat. "Around the office, people call her the favorite single girl." The words hit harder than a slap. I forced a smile. "That's not funny." "I'm not joking," he said quietly. "She never mentions a husband. Goes to happy hours, flirts, posts solo pics on social media. Everyone thinks she's single." I didn't say much after that. I finished my coffee, said goodbye, and drove home in silence. Every memory replayed differently now. Every late night. Every excuse. That night, she came home at 10:30. "You're late," I said. She shrugged. "Team drinks." "Do they know you're married?" I asked, watching her carefully. She froze, just for a second, but it was enough. "Why wouldn't they?" she replied defensively. I nodded. "No reason." But from that moment on, I started paying attention. I checked her social media. Not one photo of us, not one mention of a husband, just selfies, office parties, captions like "living my best life" and "single vibes only." Single vibes. A week later, I made a decision. Her company hosted a Friday evening networking event. Open bar, casual dress, +1s allowed. She didn't invite me. Said it was optional and boring. So I went anyway. I dressed well. Calm. Prepared. When I walked into the venue, conversations slowed. Heads turned. I scanned the room until I saw her, laughing with 2 male coworkers, wineglass in hand, leaning into one of them. I walked up and stood beside her. She looked at me and went pale. "Hey," I said warmly, extending my hand. "I'm her husband." The silence was instant. Her coworkers stared. Confusion. Shock. One guy laughed nervously. "Husband? Wait. What?" "Yes," I said. "Married for 6 years." Someone muttered, "I thought you were single." She couldn't look at anyone. I smiled politely. "I've heard that's the impression around here." People exchanged glances. The energy shifted fast. "I didn't mean," she started. I raised my hand gently. "It's okay. I just wanted to meet the people who apparently don't know I exist." I turned to the group. "Enjoy the party." And I walked out. She came home later that night furious, then scared, then desperate. "You embarrassed me," she shouted. I laughed quietly. "No, I told the truth. Your lies did the rest." She tried to justify it. Said she liked the attention. Said she felt invisible at home. Said it was harmless. "Harmless?" I said. "You erased me from your life so you could feel single at work." That's when she cried. Not because she hurt me, but because she got caught. Over the next few days, the fallout hit her hard. Office gossip flipped. The favorite single girl became the married woman who lied. Invitations stopped. The flirting ended. HR called her in for professional boundaries. Meanwhile, something strange happened to me. I felt calm, clear. I realized I wasn't fighting for her anymore. I was evaluating whether she deserved me. 2 weeks later, I packed a bag. She begged, promised transparency, swore she'd fix everything. I looked at her and said, "I don't want a wife who enjoys pretending I don't exist." I left. Months later, I heard she transferred departments. The nickname disappeared. So did the attention she chased so badly. As for me, I rebuilt quietly. Dignity intact. Self-respect restored. I learned something important. Cheating doesn't always start in bed. Sometimes it starts when someone decides to live single while still married. And when your spouse becomes the office's favorite single girl, it's usually because she chose that role herself.